If you're someone who enjoys working with numbers and wants to help small businesses manage their finances, starting a virtual bookkeeping business might be the perfect opportunity for you. In today's video, I'll be walking you through all the basics from picking your niche and registering your business to choosing bookkeeping software and building a client base. By the end, you'll have a clear picture of what it takes to get started and a roadmap to follow for turning your passion into sustainable income. Let's dive in and see how you can turn your number crunching skills into a successful home-based business. Starting a virtual bookkeeping business can be a smart way to earn income if you like working with numbers. Bookkeeping involves recording and organizing a business financial transactions such as expenses, sales, and payments. This data is essential for taxes and helps businesses stay compliant with regulations. Bookkeepers don't file taxes or perform audits, but they provide the organized records accountants rely on most. Most bookkeepers use software like QuickBooks or Xero to document everyday transactions. They also prepare income statements and balance sheets so that all data is ready for tax season. Below, we'll explore 9 now more essential steps to help you launch your own bookkeeping business. We'll go ahead and start at step 1. Step 1 is choosing a niche. This means focusing on 1 or 2 industries that match your interests or where you see a need. Popular niches mentioned include things like real estate, medical practices, and construction trades. Specializing in a niche can make you more efficient because you understand those businesses' specific needs. It can also lead to referrals, as clients in the same field often talk to each other. By zeroing in on one area, you build expertise faster and gain credibility. Having a niche is a simple yet effective way to really stand out. Step 2 involves creating a business name. Ideally, you want to pick a name that reflects your niche or conveys trust in financial matters. Before you settle on a name, check your state's Secretary of State website to ensure that it's available. Also, confirm that the domain and social media handles are free so your branding is consistent. A clear, relevant name can help potential clients remember you. Once you confirm availability, you can move on to registering your business. This step helps you look professional and serious about your services. Now, step 3 is going to be to register your business with the state. Many people choose an LLC for liability protection and tax benefits. Services like Zen Business or InkFile can guide you through this paperwork and help you get set up in a really good and consistent way. If you guys are thinking about using these services, we also have links for them down in the description that you can use to get started with them. Make sure that you're meeting all local and state regulations and rules. These are things like needing a license or a permit for certain services. Registration ensures that you're operating legally and can help you avoid future headaches. You'll also want to keep business and personal finances separate to protect yourself. Once registered, you can move forward with confidence. Step 4 is obtaining insurance. There are 2 main types to consider here: professional liability and general liability. Professional liability protects you if a client claims you made a mistake or caused financial harm. General liability covers broader issues such as property damage or injury. For a virtual setup, professional liability is often the most important. However, general liability might still be useful, especially if you occasionally meet clients in person or handle physical documents. Insurance can make you appear more trustworthy and help safeguard you from unexpected legal costs. Step 5 is creating a business plan. This plan outlines your goals, services, and how you intend to attract clients. It also covers financial projects such as monthly income targets and costs. If you need investors or loans, a well-structured plan will support your case. Even if you're funding it yourself, a plan keeps you focused on growth and customer needs. You can also show it to your mentors or potential partners for feedback. A good business plan is an absolute roadmap for success. Step 6 is choosing the right bookkeeping software. Tools like QuickBooks or Xero help you track income, expenses, and invoices in a user-friendly way. Being certified in these platforms can set you apart and build trust with clients. Many business owners look for specialists who can use these tools efficiently. QuickBooks offers a broad range of features, while Xero is known for its intuitive interface. You can pick the one that suits your style the most and make sure that it supports remote collaboration. Good software is going to be the backbone of this bookkeeping business. Now, just to get familiar with this specific piece of software and to show you how to get started for the cheapest price possible, I would definitely recommend checking out the link down in the description. When you click the link for QuickBooks, you'll be taken to their Get Started page. As you can see, for the first 6 months that you're using the software, you'll be able to save up to 30%, which is a pretty big benefit here. We'll go ahead and hit the Buy Now button, which will then take us to their pricing plans. Now, they have a bunch of different options here, and they also have specific categories, one for small businesses and the other for solopreneurs. As you can see, the solopreneur options are a little bit different here, and they have different benefits involved with them. For the small businesses, we can scroll down here and see which of these plans we want to choose. They have the Simple Start plan, which is about $24.50 per month. They have an Essential plan for about $45.50 a month, and a Plus plan for about $69.30 a month. And then, of course, their Advanced plan, which is about $164.50 a month. Now, for the sake of this video, and just because this is probably what we're going to need for most of our things, we're going to go with the Essentials plan. This gives us access to specific features that are listed here, while also getting us access to 3 sales channels, multiple currencies, 3 users, and we can enter in our time. We'll go ahead and click the Choose Plan button, and if we're planning on having employees, we can go ahead and get started with our payroll option. Now, we're not going to have employees probably at this level, so we can continue without payroll here. As you can see, we're going to be saving about $170 here, and all that's left to do is enter in our email address, a password, and our phone number. And then one more step, and we're ready to go with QuickBooks. Once you're inside of QuickBooks, you can start messing around with their bookkeeping software to figure out exactly how it works. Once you feel like you have a good understanding of it, you can go ahead and practice with some numbers of your own or from someone in your family and maybe look over their bank statements. Once you have a good understanding of this is where we can move on to the next steps. Now, step 7 is going to focus on setting up your business infrastructure. This involves your website, project management systems, and ways to communicate with your clients. For a website, I would highly recommend getting started with something like Hostinger. This is going to be one of the easiest ways to build your very first website for super low cost. Also, one of the big benefits here is that Hostinger has an 80% off deal that you can take advantage of right now. As you can see, when you click the link down in the description, you'll be able to get that 80% off discount to get started with your very own hosting plan and website, as well as if you enter in the code Charlie Chang at checkout, all capitals, no spaces, you'll get an even bigger discount. I personally use Hostinger for a bunch of my personal websites, as well as some of my business websites. I haven't really had any issues with them, and I think they're really great service. Now, as far as project management goes, you're going to want to make sure that you're keeping track of every single person that you're working with. This can be somewhat difficult if you're not using an already existing software. One of the best softwares to track project management is ClickUp. If you guys use ClickUp, make sure you use the link down in the description below, because once again, there's a huge discount when you use our link. As you can see here, you can get started for completely free. You don't have to pay anything. The only time that you'll get charged is if you want more tasks per month or specific integrations or plugins. And then last but not least, if you want to get started with a really amazing software for internal organization, I would definitely recommend checking out something like Notion. Notion you can get started with and basically have an entire database of organization at the tips of your fingers. Make sure you use that link down in the description and you can get started completely for free. Now, step 8 is going to cover pricing your services. The Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates that there's an average hourly rate of around $19.35 for bookkeepers. But your fees, of course, could vary. You might charge more if you have extensive experience or work in specialized niches. On the other hand, new bookkeepers may offer lower rates to build more of a client base. Pricing can also depend on your location and the complexity of your services. Some bookkeepers use tiered packaging that bundles regular bookkeeping with added tasks like payroll or invoicing. You can adjust your rates as you gain experience and loyal customers. And then moving on to step 9, it's all about finding customers for your bookkeeping services. One of the best places to look are social media platforms like TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram. These are also a great way to actually make content about your bookkeeping business so you can start attracting organic customers from your organic content. You can also even run Facebook ads to local businesses and see if those actually end up getting you leads. Identifying your ideal clients is also really crucial here. You could look at small businesses, law firms, influencers, local storefronts, or any other type of business. In targeting your posts to their needs, you'll be able to attract the right audience. It's also crucial to have your own professional website like we talked about earlier, so definitely use Hostinger to build that. Although these 9 steps are the backbone, remaining flexible can help you adapt to changing circumstances. Especially when it comes to market trends, tax laws, and software, they can all change overnight, meaning that you might have to make massive changes inside of your own business just to keep up. By adding new services or learning more advanced accounting practices, you can choose to expand more and stay competitive. But other than that, that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe to never miss any of our future videos. Also, if you guys want to get started with any of the platforms that we talked about in this video, definitely check out the links down in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.